foundation for forgiveness is remembering who you are. I know it may sound crazy, but so finding who you are, um, or remembering who you are, better yet, you can't really find yourself, but you can remember yourself, is something to dedicate time to if you need to. And one way to do that is, let's look at who you're not. A lot of times someone says, "Who are you?" You're you give names, you give jobs, you give roles. You got to set all of that aside. And what's left there? Like set aside everything. Your name, what you do, your hobbies, what you've read, every memory that you have. Set it aside. Set it down. You still there? Yes. That's you. You're the one witnessing all of this. And and that's the same for everybody. And you forget that, don't you? I know I do. You forget that that's who you are. And you get caught up in what's happening in front of you, and you start to identify. It's like, I don't like that. I want that. I am this. I have been this before, and I like that, and that worked well for me, and I'm going to be that now too. It just doesn't always flow. And you get up, then you get upset about it, and you get angry about it, and you want to control it. You want to manipulate it, and make it look like how it looked before. Because that's who you are, is this thing before, and you need to be that now. And you're so caught up in trying to make that happen, to please yourself, your concept of yourself, that you don't realize how insane it is to try this, to try to be somebody who existed in another time. What's happening now is happening now. That's not happening. That's already happened. So you have to be here now. And that's the first step to forgiveness. And the last. It is. It's coming here now. Forgetting the past. Forgetting everything that happened. It's not that you don't have memories. It's not that you don't remember that you don't put your hand in fire. It's not that you are reactive to emotions. It's that you become aware of the emotions and you accept them with the loving presence that you are. Because when you strip all that stuff away and you're still there, how does that feel? It's peaceful. It just is. Anytime there's a disturbance, that's a thought coming in, and you're reacting to it, or you're feeling it, whatever it is. So that's not you. So if I asked you how did it feel and you said it feels anxious, it's because you're thinking about it. You're thinking it means you're not going to do anything, that you're not a part of the world, you're not alive now. Yet you're aware, so you are alive. You are life itself. And you're here now, the only place you can ever be. That's the doorway to forgiveness. For yourself, for anyone else, for the world, is releasing all concepts and judgments that you've placed and you've tried to carry from the past or desired future and place now, and try to manipulate what's happening now to fit a preference that you have based on the past or the future. Instead of just being here, sharing your presence, your love, your skills, your strength, whatever it is that's being called for in the moment. You're ignoring that because you would rather it be something else. While you don't have, you can't change it. It's happening. It's here. And it really is a miracle that it's happening. Whether you like it or not. Like, think about that. What is this? Where did this come from? It's like this is a hand. But then you look closer and closer, and you get into cells, and you get the molecules, and you get the atoms, and you get to the quantum field. You get all the way down to the quantum field. You know, it's beyond just energy anymore. You know, it's wave-like, particle-like things dancing around, reacting. That all comes together to make this experience that you are aware of, and you can partake in, and you can give all the meaning it ever has to you to it, and you can choose to give it meaning of oppressing you, suppressing you, making you bad. Or you can not choose that, and you can choose to see the wonderment and the amazement of it, and look for where you can be loving and to heal. And that goes all the way to the most difficult situations. Like, yeah, you can say, oh, Tony, it's easy for you to say sitting there in your room, but what if, all of these bad things? You can do it there too. Because when you're surrounded by people who are trying to hurt you, you can see that they have forgotten the miracle of this existence. They have forgotten who they are. And deep in your awareness, you can wish to share that with them. That can still be, putting up a fight, but not a fight and a desire to kill and to be better than. A fight to stop and bring attention back to the love that you and they are. It's remembering who you are, who we are. That's forgiveness. We are experiencing miracles all the time. Just the fact that this exists is mind-boggling. It's crazy. We pretend that it's normal and we get it. We know what this means. We know what that means. We know what this means. But we don't. It means something different all the time. Because everyone says something different about it. And your thoughts even change about it as life goes on. You can have an opinion one day, and then somebody comes and says something else, and you're like, oh, wow. And then it changes. Like, the meanings, they don't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you don't partake, you don't experience the life, and you don't give your presence, your love, your beingness, your isness, whatever you want to call it, to the moment, your help, your service, be of service. When the Bible and all the religions talk about being of service, it doesn't just mean going and feeding the poor or making dinner or cleaning the house for your mom. It's serving the presence of love. And the biggest service you can do is forgive any concepts and judgments that have been placed on the moment that is, so you can truly see how beautiful this occurrence is. This hand. How the hell did that come to be? It wasn't hell, I'll tell you that. That's forgiveness. Remembering who you are, the awareness, the isness, the observer, the observed, whatever you want to call it. Witnessing an ever unfolding, what seems to be magical evolution of life, of form, of expression. It's beautiful. And no one cannot see it if they look. We just keep forgetting. You forget, I forget. And the thing to work on the most, the only thing worthwhile for us to work on, the work to do, it's not saying don't go to your job, don't build your businesses or anything like that, but it's cultivating forgiveness within that and remembering every moment how beautiful, how miraculous this experience is, and how joyful it is, and how it could be. Just imagine how it could be if we remember that every moment. We release judgments of the past. We release expectations. We release desires for the future. What kind of world that would create? Sit with that for a moment. The doubts will come. Yeah, but what about this person? That person who killed that person. And just let those go by. And just focus on imagining what that world would be like. Use your mind for imagining love instead of imagining fear. What, I mean, that's what Einstein did. He would sit and he would just think. He would imagine the possibilities. And look where that led him in science. Like, the power of our minds is amazing. And team that with the power of love. Wow. So that's the doorway to forgiveness. Remembering who you are, what this is, and being of service to what you truly want. And that's a loving world. You want to be you, and you want others to be them. We want to forget the past. We want to release ourselves and everyone from mistakes we have made. The mistaken identity of being something we did when we had forgotten who we were. Thank you.